To the galaxy at large, the Ether Claw was a myth, an ancient apex predator born from collapsing stars and primordial storms. Stellar bestiaries claimed its wings could blot out suns, its claws shred battleships to dust, and its roar alone could warp gravity. Entire empires whispered its name with fear. The Ether Claw didn't ally, didn't bargain, didn't show mercy. It simply ruled the darkness, so when a Terran colony ship malfunctioned near the Ghost Nebula, the last thing anyone expected was the Ether Claw to intervene. The colony ship Prosperity carried 2,000 civilians, among them a 8-year-old boy named Samuel Cole. He wasn't remarkable, not by military standards. Small, quiet, shy. Loved drawing stars on any surface he could find. His mother always told him, "The universe isn't as scary as it seems. It just wants to be understood." Samuel believed that, right up until pirates swarmed the ship. The raiders disabled defenses in minutes, cutting through hull plating like it was cloth. Screams echoed through the corridors as families scattered. Samuel clung to his mother's hand, her grip trembling as they sprinted away from the chaos. "Stay behind me," she gasped, pushing through the smoke-filled hallway toward the escape shuttles. But they never made it. A blast ripped through the deck. Samuel was thrown across the floor. His mother didn't get up. Blood dripped from Samuel's forehead as he crawled to her, voice cracking. "Mom?" No answer. His tiny hands shook her shoulder, desperate, disbelieving. A pirate stomped toward him, towering, armored in jagged, scavenged metal, gun raised. "Don't cry, kid," the pirate rasped. "You won't feel a thing." Samuel squeezed his eyes shut, and the walls exploded outward. A talon, massive and gleaming like obsidian lightning, crashed through the bulkhead and hurled the pirate into the void. A cold wind of space vacuum howled until a shimmering energy field snapped into place, sealing the breach. Samuel opened his eyes and saw the impossible, the Ether Claw. Its wings cracked with cosmic energy, each feather like a sliver of night sky. Its body was sleek, armored in starlight and living plasma. Eyes, multiple, luminous, intelligent, locked onto Samuel. It filled the corridor like the embodiment of a supernova given form. Every pirate in sight scrambled backward, terror overriding greed. No, that can't be real," one sobbed before sprinting into darkness. The Ether Claw ignored them. It lowered its massive head, nostrils flaring as it examined the crying child beneath it. Samuel trembled uncontrollably. His mother lay motionless beside him. He hugged her arm, tiny shoulders shuddering. The Ether Claw's wings folded inward, forming a protective crescent around them both, shielding them from shrapnel, flames, and the dying ship's groans. It spoke. Not with sound, but with a vibration inside Samuel's chest. A language older than stars. "Do not fear, small one." Samuel stared up through tears. "Are you going to eat me?" The ancient predator blinked slowly. Its eyes softened, with something the universe believed it didn't possess. Gentleness. "I protect the lost. I destroy those who prey." A pause. "You are lost." A flicker of warmth filled Samuel's heart despite everything. The Ether Claw lowered itself further, letting him lean against its warm, radiant chest. The creature's wings tightened, cocooning them in safety. But the pirates regrouped. A dozen armored mercenaries returned with heavy cannons, desperate enough to try killing the unkillable. Samuel curled against the Ether Claw as lasers fired, scorching the Star Beast's wings. Its roar shook the ship, gravity bending, air vibrating. The attackers were torn upward by invisible force, slammed into the ceiling and walls like dolls, bones shattering. Samuel whimpered as his small hands covered his ears. The Ether Claw nuzzled him reassuringly. "Close your eyes, young one." He obeyed. Light surged. A burst of cosmic fire consumed the corridor, leaving only drifting ash. Samuel opened his eyes again, blinking at the floating embers. Pirates gone. Danger gone. Only silence and the crackle of damaged circuits remained. His mother's hand lay cold beneath his palm. The ether claw noticed his grief. "She has not gone far," the creature murmured. "Those who love do not leave. They change shape." Samuel wiped his tears with his sleeve, voice barely a whisper. "Please don't leave me too." The apex predator of the galaxy, a being feared by civilizations, sat beside a human child and made a vow. "Until the stars darken and time forgets itself, I will not." With its wings forming a cradle, the ether claw lifted Samuel gently onto its back. The ship groaned one final time before engines detonated. The ether claw shot forward through ruptured hull, using its own energy shield to protect the boy. They soared into the nebula, space erupting into colors Samuel had never imagined. The child clung to feathers that shimmered like galaxies. Star patrols spotted the impossible scene. An ether claw, carrying a human child. They approached cautiously, weapons primed. Humanity had legends of the ether claw too, none of them friendly. But when they saw Samuel peeking from beneath its wings, alive and unharmed, they lowered their guns. Later, command officials stood in stunned silence as Samuel refused to leave his guardian's side. Every attempt only caused the ether claw to growl, a warning that shook the facility foundations. Finally, the Terran High Council accepted the truth. The galaxy's deadliest being had chosen a child, and any who threatened Samuel Cole would face an extinction-level enemy. Years passed. Humanity and the ether claw species, once myth, now ambassadors, formed an unprecedented alliance. Samuel grew older, stronger, never walking alone. The apex predator trained him, taught him cosmic instincts, and stood beside him in every danger. Samuel was no longer the scared boy from the burning ship. He became the first human starborn envoy, a diplomat whose protector was a godlike creature of the void. And when enemies whispered fearfully about the creature under Samuel's command, the young envoy simply smiled. "He's not a monster. He's my family." One night, Samuel stood beneath a field of swirling nebulas, the ether claw's wings casting constellations across the viewing deck. They shared a quiet moment. "You saved me," Samuel said softly. "Everyone else was afraid of you. Why weren't you afraid of me?" The ether claw lowered its head beside him, voice a deep, gentle resonance. "Because the universe isn't as scary as it seems. It just wants to be understood." Samuel's breath caught. His mother's words. He pressed his forehead to the creature's warm scales, heart steady for the first time in years. The ether claw wrapped him gently with its wings. Not a shield anymore, but an embrace. And the galaxy learned a new definition of fear. Not fear of the apex predator. Fear of what it would do for the child it loved.